Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. As you can see in the title of this video, this is part 2 to frequently asked questions. So I answered 5 frequently asked questions already, and I have I think 5 more that I'm going to answer in this video. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching. So pause. If you didn't check out part 1, it's popping up in the top right corner. Go ahead and check that out and then come back. As we go through these questions, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them. And turn on your post notifications so you do not miss any of these future videos. Alright, let's get into it. So the first question, what is one thing nobody told you before coming to the US? So I don't think anybody talk enough about those few months after coming over here, how much you're gonna feel homesick. You're gonna miss your family, your friends, missing all of those special moments, missing birthdays, missing weddings, funerals, and so forth. Like, it will take a toll on you. Like, even for me, in this past 7 years, when I just started off teaching, actually was living close to where I worked in Kingston. Yes, I wasn't living at home, but the difference is that I was like an hour away from home. So on weekends, just like in college, when I was boarding, I would just, go home for the weekend to go to church and so forth. If anything, my parents would maybe send little care packages and so forth. But here, I'm over the water. I can't drive home. Where I currently live, plane tickets are like so expensive. The sad thing about it is that in the past 4 years that I've been here, I've only been to Jamaica once. It will take a toll on you. Mr. Food, a KFC, big box, barbecue zinger, barbecue wings, some juicy patty, a piece of cane, some Julie mango, green skin. Okay, let's not. Yeah, I'm I'm currently feeling homesick, to be honest. It's been a while, but we press on. And let's not talk about things over here like Jamaican stuff here is expensive. It's so expensive and it's not everything. Some of the stuff are not the best. Like you'll buy some fruits or stuff and it's not good. It's not like what you get on the island. But it is what it is. Living abroad comes with a price beyond money, I guess. But we press on. What surprised you most about teaching in America? What surprised me the most? So when I think back, that first couple months, things were so different. There were so many different changes, but the first thing I could say is the use of acronyms killed me. I remember they had a planning period, faculty meeting. Um, this was like in August, September. And I just sat there. I remember I had that little notebook and I just closed the book. After about 20 minutes, I just closed the book. And I just sat there and I zoned out because I was so loud. I felt so stressed. Like they were just talking, using these whole lot of abbreviations and acronyms. And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Sorry. Like they were talking about SE lead and SLO, that you need to complete the SLO and you can get your information from Enrich or something. I don't remember what it was. And then you need to ensure that you talk about the IPs and the 504s and there were so many acronyms. They were just listing out like I'm just crickets, like what? It was a lot. And I just felt overwhelmed, but I took it one day at a time, and yeah, I learned them now. I know what everything like. If I should go into a meeting and they're talking, and I feel like I even start talking like that, like chances are, if I'm explaining something to a new teacher, I might end up doing the same thing because I'm used to it. But yeah, student support system was one of the things that really surprised me. So in the high school, middle schools, and so forth, they have special teachers, which act as resource teachers. And then you even have those students with like disabilities at the school as well. Like in Jamaica, you wouldn't see that. They would go to a different school they're there. You have specific teachers that deal with those who might be in a wheelchair or stuff. They teach them something like a different pathway. They wouldn't, if they're not able to manage, they're not gonna be in the regular classroom, but they still are in the building. So that was something that was a bit different, very unique. IEP is individualized educational plans. You have to work with those, try to ensure that you are completing whatever the student has on that plan. So if they need to sit at the front, they need to be sit at the front, extra time for tests, small group testing and so forth. So you need to be mindful. I think you can get sued and we don't do that. Same thing for 504 plans, behavioral plans. Counselors are the ones who all of the student uh, class selection and all of that. That was very different. That was different. MTSS, multi-tier system support, I think. I don't remember what that means. But yeah, small grouping and stuff. And there's a lot of intervention plans, and it was a whole lot of stuff. So it was a lot of different stuff that I had to get accustomed to. But eventually, you figure it out and you get used to it too. Students receive a lot of support, but teachers play a huge role in making those supports effective. It can be exhausting, but you gotta do what you have to do. Anyways, next question. What was the hardest part about living in America? First of all, starting over. As I said, I think I said it in the video last week. The part one is that I packed up my life in two check luggage, a carry-on and a knapsack, and I moved to a whole new country, new city, where I didn't have any family, didn't really know anybody. So that was like the hardest part, starting over, leaving my life and starting over. Also building friendships. Like we're in America, meeting people can be so difficult. Like disagreements and it's a whole lot. But you have to navigate through all of that, as well as discrimination, racism. The reality is that it is there, whether we like to admit it or not. It's there. So you have to just navigate all of that, build friendships. You have to learn a new system and just come to the fact that you're away from your family and friends. Those are some of the hard stuff. The good thing about it is while it might have been difficult at first, over time you build your own community, friends that even become like your second family. I'm so appreciative of that. At school, church, and you find other international teachers like coming here. I don't think I would have made it if it wasn't for some of the other Jamaicans or international teachers who are already here that really helped. Someone who you can go and complain to and they will understand what you, because they've gone through the same thing. So yeah, the first year was the hardest, but after that things got easier for the most part. Next question. Would you recommend America to other Jamaican teachers? Alright, so my short answer would be yes, but I think I mentioned this in one of the previous questions, but you cannot take the advice from someone. It is your responsibility to do your own research before, to understand your finances, be able to adapt. So you cannot have a fixed mind. You have to be adaptable. Have realistic expectations. And I remember one of my Jamaican colleagues here, his advice to me before I came was to have an open mind. And at the time, I said, "What does that mean?" But now I understand. You have to have an open mind because things are gonna be different. And have a long-term plan. So what you do with the opportunity matters. Just coming to the US will not just immediately change your life. You have to have a plan. You have to know what it is that you're doing. If you have a family, they would normally suggest that you come here first and make it get comfortable, get a routine before bringing your family, because it can be like coming with just myself was so difficult. Imagine coming with kids and so forth. So if you have kids, if you're a single parent or so forth, make a plan. Ensure that you know that everything is in order, and so you have enough funds. Because depending on what time you come, if you come like early July, then chances are you might get a paycheck in the end of July. But if you come school start in August, you're not gonna get paid until the end of August. Not everybody is fortunate to get loans and so forth. So just ensure you have like maybe a 3,000 US or a 3,500 US, so that you can maintain yourself for those weeks until you start getting paid. You're coming here, especially if you're coming to an apartment or you're living by yourself, you need to pay for transportation, you need to buy essential stuff for a house and all of them some there. It takes money. So just ensure that you have a proper plan, do your research, and yeah, go for it. I would not tell anybody not to try. As I said before, it's either it didn't work out for you and you can go back home at any time you want, or you stay. And I feel like I'm certain. All right, and I think this is the final question. Has it been worth it? Even though I still have one more year. Has it been worth it? Definitely. Before I ever think about it, definitely. I think I've learned so much. So much. From my school, as I said before, there is there is access to resources, and even if you don't have physical resources given to you, my district gave us like a small check, supplies check at the start of the year, so you can use that to say, all right, then I want to do this for my classroom. You can buy it, right? Yeah, you get a little money to help you. But professionally, I think there has been growth. Confidence wise, definitely. When I was in Jamaica, I would be so nervous when people would come to evaluate me, observe me. Here, people like, especially my first year, like every month, somebody would be in the classroom. I remember even last semester, at one point, I had about six people from the district and AP. They were doing like some learning walks or so forth that came into my classroom. So yeah, I just did what I had to do. So it builds your confidence. You will definitely have new experiences, travel opportunities to visit other states, and also go to other countries and so forth. You will make new friends. You will develop different perspectives. Again, you've come to a new culture, different culture. There are some things that preconceived ideas that you have to get rid of, because now you're here and you understand. And yeah, you learn stuff about the American culture, learn stuff about not just the American cultures. I've learned stuff about the Hispanic culture as well, because I don't only teach Americans. You have some Hispanic, you have different cultures in the classroom and around you. So I've learned a lot. So as I prepare for my fifth year, essentially I can say that this journey has changed me. Not because it was easy, but because it forced me to grow. When my time come to go back to Jamaica, definitely I'll have experiences, knowledge, and so forth that I will bring with me, and also to share that knowledge with those in Jamaica. So yeah. So those are five more questions that I was frequently asked. So if you're a Jamaican or international teacher thinking about teaching in the US, just leave your questions below. I may answer them in a part 3. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking out to the end of this video. And as always, if you're not subscribing, click that subscribe button, like, share, turn on your post notification, and stay tuned for more of these weekly, hopefully weekly videos. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.